Good day, my name is Gabriel Yomide and this is Group 4. In this video, my team and I will be speaking on business communication skills and strategies. At the end of this video, we hope everybody understands what business communication skills and strategies entails. Verbal communication is a process of exchanging information or ideas through spoken words or written words. It is a fundamental form of communication used by humans in various settings. There are several types of verbal communication and they include oral communication. This is a type of verbal communication that involves the use of spoken words. Written communication. This is a type of verbal communication that involves the use of written words. Verbal presentation. This is a type of verbal communication that involves delivering information or ideas in formal or informal setting. Group communication. This is a type of verbal communication that involves communication within a group setting. Negotiation. It is a type of verbal communication that involves discussing or bargaining to reach an agreement or to resolve a conflict. Informal communication. This is a type of verbal communication that takes place in casual or spontaneous places, such as conversations with friends and families.
Non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is sending of messages or signal through a non-verbal platform, which could be the use of eye gaze, it could be in form of appearance, it could be in form of haptics, or it could be in form of touch. Non-verbal communication is a very effective way of communicating in a business setting. Types of non-verbal communication. Facial expression. The first thing we see in a person is their face, and from the facial expression we could also convey the thought and what the person is also trying to say. Gestures. From the movements of the body language and other gestures, you can also convey one's thought through a non-verbal medium. Eye gaze. From the gesture of my eyes, from my eye contact and my eye communication, you also get the signal I'm trying to also convey to the other party. Another example is haptics, and it is also a mode of communication through the use of touch. Lastly, the other type of non-verbal communication is appearance. We can also say that appearance is very important and very key because what people really notice about you when they meet you could be your appearance, and it communicates a lot. If you're decently dressed in a business organization, it conveys a very strong message.
Importance of non-verbal and verbal communication. Firstly, verbal communication helps us to impart knowledge onto others. Secondly, it helps us to correct misunderstandings or misinformation being transmitted. Thirdly, non-verbal communication actually helps us to contradict or emphasize the communication that has been transmitted verbally.
On listening communication. Listening is the ability to accurately receive and interpret message in the communication process. The importance of listening, we show that we are serious, it helps us to learn, help us to adapt and understand.
Listening process. The listening process involves 4 stages: receiving, understanding, evaluating, and responding. Basically, an effective listener must hear and identify the speech sounds directed towards them. Understand the message of the sound, critically assess that message, and remember what is being said and respond either verbally or non-verbally. Receiving. Receiving is the first stage in the listening process. Receiving is the process by which a person takes in an information with no specific information agenda nor information need identified. Understanding. The second stage in the listening process is the understanding stage. Understanding or comprehension is shared meaning between parties in a communication transaction. Evaluating. During the evaluating stage, the listener determines whether or not the information they understood from the speaker is well constructed or disorganized. They also ascertain how and why the speaker has come up with and convey the message that they deliver. Responding. The responding stage is the stage of listening process in which the listener provides verbal or non-verbal reaction. A listener can respond to what they hear either verbally or non-verbally. Non-verbal signals can include gestures such as nodding, making eye contact, tapping a pen, fidgeting, smiling, rolling their eyes, etc.
Barriers to effective communication. There are several barriers that can affect effective listening, and these barriers occur at different levels, be it individuals, interpersonal, or environmental factors. Such barriers include distraction. Under distraction, we have 2 different kinds of distraction. We have the external and the internal distraction. The external distraction has to do with noise and visual stimuli, while internal distraction has to do with the person thinking about another thing and not being able to concentrate on what the communicator is trying to talk about. We have preconceived notion bias. Maybe the listener is biased or a stereotype about the particular speaker, whereby maybe the listener has a notion about the speaker before. So such thing can hinder the listener from getting what the speaker is trying to say. We have emotional or psychological factors, strong emotion, fear, stress, and other stuff. Other barriers include language barriers, poor communication skills, lack of empathy. Lack of empathy is not being able to understand the speaker's emotion. For example, where the speaker is talking and maybe talking from emotion, and the listener is not even trying to get what the person is trying to talk about and not being able to understand the person's emotion. Another barrier is stereotyping or judging. And lastly, we have information overload. This has to do with the listener. Maybe the listener is this kind of person that has come across so many information about what the speaker is trying to talk about, whereby the person already knows too much and he feels that okay, whatever the person is trying to talk about is not really important.
Why do people listen in communication? People listen in communication for varieties of reasons. And here are some of the reasons. Number one, to gain information. People listen to gain knowledge, learn new things, and understand the world around them. Number two, to build relationship. Good listening skills help people build trust and connect with others, which is very crucial in building a strong relationship. Number three, to understand. Listening helps people to understand their perspective, opinions, and feelings. Number four, to solve problems. Active listening can help people solve problems and find solutions by understanding different points of view. Reading in communication. Reading is an important aspect of communication as it allows individuals to interpret and receive messages from various sources. Effective reading involves the ability to comprehend and interpret written information, which can help the individual gain knowledge, expand their perspective, and make informed decisions.
Reading techniques. We have skimming, scanning, intensive reading, and extensive. Scanning has to do with going through a message to look for a particular piece of information, while skimming has to do with going through a text to get the main idea or message. While intensive reading is when you pay attention to every message and meaning of every word, while extensive lays more emphasis on fluency. Strategies for reading. You have preview before reading, you have prioritize your reading, you have pass online course, avoid highlighting, then read within the correct environment, skim the materials.
Speaking skills are the skills which allow people to communicate effectively. The ability to speak confidently and fluently is something which children will develop during their time at school and something that will help them throughout their life. There are 4 elements of speaking skills. 1, vocabulary. 2, grammar. 3, pronunciation. And 4, fluency. Vocabulary. Vocabulary development begins when we are infants because it helps us describe the world around us and communicate our thoughts effectively. Grammar. You may think is something for only written language, but grammar includes lots of important areas for spoken language, such as understanding of sentences and the correct way to describe the structure of sentences. Pronunciation. This involves understanding the small units that make our spoken language. Lastly, fluency. Fluency in spoken language is something that naturally develops as we grow. Why are speaking skills important to learn? Speaking skills are very important to learn because it helps us communicate with others and express our thoughts and feelings effectively.
Another skill in communication is writing in communication. Written communication refers to the conveying of a message through written symbols. It is words written rather than spoken. Advantages of written communication. It is the best choice of communicating. 2, it defines a brand by portraying them with their desired elements. 3, it allows the sender to carefully craft a message and also edit it before sending it. 4, it creates physical or virtual paper trail that can be referred to in the future. These permanent records allow businesses to access data quickly. 5, it is used across every organization. 6, written communication is used everywhere.
Types of written communication. Number 1, Gmail. Number 2, text messaging. Number 3, blogs. Number 4, business letter. Number 5, reports. Number 6, proposal. Number 7, news release. These types of written communication are documented and can be easily referred to.
In conclusion, business communication skill is a crucial aspect of interaction and it plays a significant role in conveying information. Thank you.